Hello? Hey, are you enjoying the jazz today? Are you enjoying the weather? It's pretty dang cold, but we're having a good time. I think I'm gonna order a coffee in a little while. But hey, let's hang out. I wanna just do like a really chill, chatting, wait. Hello? I just kinda wanna do a chill, chatting, answering questions, Q&A, maybe some am I the asshole? Because I'm just gonna be vibing for a little while today. We're not gonna be live for like long, but I'm planning for a day next week to be like a long stream, and I think we'll do a stream of empires. I think we'll do a stream of rats. I think we'll do just hanging out. But today, I just wanted to hang out, especially because I missed yesterday, and I feel like with all the missed days, more than anything, I just want to sit here and chill. I want to sit here and chill, and I do want to just kind of answer questions and have a good time. AKA Cat, thank you for subscribing. Liv Rabs, thank you for subscribing. Dennis, thank you. Lesbian Lux, Lauren Gracie, Undead Games, Erin, thank you guys. Mary Pose a Star, Mia Felicidad, Angie Baby. I know every time I'm here, I'm like super inconsistent with streaming, and I'm gonna do like a big long stream next week. I also think next year I'll have a lot more of America time streams, which usually means more streams, longer streams, maybe another 24-hour stream. Surely at some point next year I'll do another 24-hour stream. One thing about this computer setup is that the mute button for the microphone is not as easily accessible as my one at home, and that's the first time I think I've let a sneeze happen on stream. I usually mute that. I hate my sneeze. Thank you for the bless yous. I feel like my hair is all weird. That's why I put the hat on. Also, it's like really cold. It's freezing. It's finally getting the level of cold that I expected in England. It has been a full year since the last time I came to England, which is exciting. Happy anniversary me for coming to the country for the first time exactly a year ago, 2 days ago, and never stopping coming back since. And I love the cold here. That's what I came here expecting and wanting, except for the sneezing. Savannah, thank you for subscribing. Oh, Bella, thank you. Real Crafty. Anna, thank you for subscribing. You know what else is messed up? I came here and I forgot lipstick, and this is like the last one I have, and it's at the absolute bottom. That is all that's left in it. And I forgot all my usual lipsticks, and this is all that I have. I gotta go to Boots. Is she in England again? You'll always know I'm in England by the way that this all here looks. This is the England office. Use a Q-tip to get... I need to go buy Q-tips then. Which means I'll be at Boots anyway. I'll just go to Boots. I'll do a little trip to Boots. Anyone who wears makeup, what lipsticks would you guys recommend? My absolute favorite ones are ColourPop, like cream lipsticks, like the stick. But I don't think they sell that in stores. I think ColourPop's online only, or maybe is in Ulta, but I don't know in England if it's in a Boots or anything like that. Not sure. Are you excited for fireworks tomorrow? I did get to see them last year from like one of the absolute most amazing views I ever could have never found on my own. But I got brought up this like really high hill, and we got to sit on the edge of like a cliff and watch all the fireworks from up there, and it was awesome. But we're not going there again this year, so I'm wondering what I'll see from where I am, from where I stay. I don't know what like view of fireworks I'll have tomorrow, but I'm excited. I watch y'all. Thank you for subscribing. 31 months. How many months have I been a partner on Twitch? How many months have I been on Twitch? We're really getting up there, but I don't know what number we're at. I don't even really know. What are the fireworks for? Oh boy, it's a really long story that I got explained to me, and I don't remember exactly how to re-explain the entire story of why they light fireworks on bonfire night, and they also like light stuff on fire. Not like any stuff, but like stuff that's meant to be lit on fire. MAC makeup lipstick. I have a MAC lipstick that I like, and I think they sell MAC at Boots. Maybe I'll try some MAC. Maybe I'll get a MAC shade. You might see me just experimenting with different shades because I'm probably going to show up at Boots, buy a bunch, and then have a bunch of lipsticks here. I have my like 2 go-to ones, or 3 go-to ones. 2 of them are from ColourPop. 1 of them is from Glossier. I don't think I could buy either of those here unless I order it. But I do kind of want to just walk up to the store and buy a new lipstick. But I really don't know what to buy. And so I'm probably going to buy like a bunch. And then try a bunch of different shades. I don't like really drying ones. I don't like very matte. I don't like liquid lipsticks, like matte drying liquid lip. I don't like those. They always end up crusty for me. And I feel like the reapplyability of a matte liquid lipstick just has never worked right for me. I feel like I'm just layering on crusty paint on top of crusty paint every time. So I go for, this one's like a balm. This one's a tinted lip balm. My Glossier one is a tinted lip balm. My 2 ColourPop ones are like a really creamy stick kind of one that I can just pop on like Vaseline throughout the day and then reapply the lipstick on top. I'm a big Vaseline fan. Anything that you need, like a chapstick, or you got a little bit of a dry spot on your nose or a little bit of irritation in your skin, Vaseline is the go-to. The best thing you can just pop on top of every issue ever. Emotional problems, Vaseline. Pop that on top. I do have just a bad hair day today, which is why the hat is here. I'm even half tempted to just put it over my head completely. City Rat, thank you for gifting a sub. I really appreciate it. Vaseline helps your eyelashes. Dude, Vaseline on the eyelashes, Vaseline on the lips, Vaseline on like the dry spots of your face, Vaseline on the dry spots of anywhere on your skin, really. It's really universal. It really works for everything. It does it all. I'm excited for my little trip to Boots tomorrow, though. I do kind of need a refresh of my foundation. I don't know if they also will have the foundation I use there. Boots is such a weird store because we don't have a store that is Boots. Boots is 2 stores in one. America doesn't have a single thing that is the same thing as Boots, except maybe Ulta, but Boots has a pharmacy inside and like sells medicine, so it's like a convenience store, like CVS type deal, but then has a full ass Sephora inside, like high-end makeup, perfume, skincare, like the expensive stuff. We don't have anything like that. We don't have anything that is that. It's like it's not even like Ulta and CVS. It's more like Sephora and CVS because it's got the fancy stuff. It's got the high-end bougie makeup. It looks like Sephora when you walk in, but then you go to the back and it's like you got your toothpaste, deodorant aisles, you got your medicine aisles, you got, you know, get your pills. There's a pharmacy inside. Like Rite Aid plus Sephora. We don't have a single store that is the same thing. It's like a Target with a Sephora inside, but Boots is the whole thing. It's so cool though. I love it there. There's so many things I can buy there. I need shampoo, body wash, refresh, soap for my bathroom. I had to buy COVID tests, did it at Boots. I had to buy Fenty Beauty makeup, did it at Boots. Needed a new deodorant, body wash, and lotion for my bathroom and soap, did it at Boots. Needed some Tylenol, did it at Boots. Needed some toilet paper, Boots. What do they not have? Needed a new perfume, Boots. Although most makeup stores have perfume. Sephora has perfume. That's not out of the ordinary. I think Ulta has perfume. But like, we do not have a single store that is all of those things. We have several stores that make up what is Boots. And it's so cool. And they have snacks. They do it all. I actually don't know if I've ventured into the snack aisle because I don't even usually go to the part that has the convenience store stuff, except for the time I needed to go in there and buy COVID tests, but I went straight to the pharmacy desk for that. Also, yeah, not to forget the whole pharmacy that's inside. Was it a pharmacy or did I just ask for help from a regular person? I'm pretty sure it was a pharmacy. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty nice. Like it. I like Boots. What's the other store that you guys have that I was like, we don't really have anything that's the same thing as that? But so people try to explain what the store is to me and I'm like, we don't really have one that's quite exactly like that, but we have several that are similar, and if you combined them it'd be the same thing. I don't remember. Boots is boots. Angie Baby, thank you for gifting a sub. NC Jester, thank you for the 100 bits. Bonfire Night is the 5th of November. We celebrate the fact that Guy Fawkes was caught and not able to blow up the king in English Parliament. Guy Fawkes was a member of the provincial English Catholics involved in failed gunpowder plot of 1605. I also know that he wasn't actually burned at the stake at the time. I think he was just like hanged or something. But they will build like a little thing of him and then light him on fire during Bonfire Night. I got to see a lot of like little sculptures of him get lit on fire, get carried through the streets. It's fun. We also don't have anything like that. They light stuff on fire. It's fun. It's a good time. Who do you get your streaming equipment? All over the place. Depends on what you're asking about. This is not my microphone, but the microphone I use, and probably will end up getting another one to bring here anyway, is Elgato. I use Elgato lights. I built my own keyboard. I use either Logitech or Razer mouse. PC is all custom built. The PC I have here, no goddamn clue what's inside of there. I haven't checked, haven't looked. Do think I'm gonna do like a custom build out here one day, because also this one's like a really big, bulky, LED full gamer PC. I don't really like those. My one back home is like a clean white case, completely beautifully flawless setup on the inside. Like the wires are so neat, and it has like cute LED fans, but it's not like an overkill. It's shaped like a regular rectangle, and this thing's shaped like a spaceship. So I kind of want to have my own computer out here, I think. Because this one's just not my vibe. And as much as it's still a working computer, I kind of want to have, you know, a fresh slate and one that's more my vibe. I cannot do a 360 of my hair for you because the back is a hat. You're not going to be able to see what's going on back there because I have a hat on. And I'll tell you what, once a hat goes on this head, it doesn't come off. That becomes a commitment for the day. If I choose to wear a hat that day, there isn't an option for the hat to be removed. That's if I'm inside and it's too warm, tough luck for me. That hat's staying on because I'm going to have hat hair now underneath, and there will be no way to recover from it. So, merch is dropping soon. I just got the final steps moved forward of I have all of the designs done for this launch. I have the products chosen. I'm just going to be getting samples soon, and we'll be going up for pre-order soon. I don't know if I'm able to confirm, or I know I can't confirm yet if you order it or pre-order it whenever it does get released, which is hopefully end of November or mid to end November. I don't know if it will arrive by Christmas at this point yet. I think that question will be answered for me tonight. And then I'll be able to tell you if you order it, pre-order it, if it will be able to arrive by Christmas. It might not, but you will at least be able to pre-order for the rest of the winter, the coldest months to come. At least this time, I released my spring merch like way end of spring into summer, and it was way too hot for the stuff that I released for people to even actually wear most places. This time, you'll be able to wear these clothes for the winter. It is a smaller launch than the last time, and even smaller than I had expected it to be, but I decided it was taking a really long time going back and forth about a certain type of material I wanted to use on a product, and so I decided let's put a pin on that one. We'll keep working on it, but it won't be able to be done in time for this launch, so we'll do it for next year and involve it in a different launch. So it's going to be a crew neck, a beanie, and a t-shirt. And the design on the beanie and the t-shirt are the same one, and it's going to be embroidered. And then the design on the crew neck is a different one, but the theme is Space Cats, and I'm really excited about it. And then I don't know what spring of next year's theme will be or what the products will be, but a reminder that all of these launches do not come back. They happen once. We sell them all out. I think even currently on my store now, whatever is left is the only literal pieces of that merch left, and hoodies completely sold out. Sage crew neck's completely sold out. You can still buy the leaf hat and the sand crew neck, which I also am like a really big fan of the sand crew neck. I gave one to Scott and I gave one to Tina, and I've seen pictures of them both in it, and it's such a nice color on people. It's such a nice like neutral tones if you're into the like tan vibe, which I have been lately. I have so much tan clothes now. It's still up in certain sizes, not very many, I lied. It's in only medium. It is available literally only in medium. And then the hat is just available until the hat sells out. But once this new launch goes up for pre-order, which I think also tonight I'll have like a date of when the pre-orders will be able to officially begin, date and time. Once that is up, probably 24 hours before that, everything else that's left on the website currently will be gone. So if you're a medium and you're into the sand crew neck, it is your absolute last chance in the next couple of days to buy it. If you like the hat, which is an embroidered little succulent, also last few days for it to be available, and then they're gone forever. But then we have new stuff, and then we'll have even more new stuff, then we'll have even more new stuff. And what I'm working on for next year's spring or winter launch that I wasn't able to do for this winter because it took too long to like kind of settle on how the design needed to be for this kind of a product to work. The only person that I know has done it that I can compare it to is Tommy. Have you seen his hoodies that have like that rug material on the chest? I don't know what it's called, but it's like a rug textured material. I'm working on getting something with that material and a cat design on it. All my stuff has cats. I hope that's cool with everybody because I don't know if I'll ever stop putting a cat in my designs. But I'm working on some kind of a crew neck or a hoodie for next year, one of the launches of next year, having that rug material. But a design that can work with it was a lot harder to figure out than I thought. In fact, I don't know if a design can even work. It might have to just be words or like a single color symbol. So we're working on what I want it to be. And then also some puff print, I think, next year. I don't think I'm able to have the stuff I'm releasing. The t-shirt and the beanie will be embroidered this launch that's coming out in like a couple weeks. But the crew neck is either going to be a print the same as the sage and sand one, which everyone really loved, the sage one. I also is a personal favorite. I'm releasing, it's the exact same jumper but in black. So it's that level of comfort. It is the most comfortable thing I've ever put on my body. We're releasing, this next launch has a black one and it's going to have the Space Cats print. But I'm finding out if it's going to be the same type of print as last time or if it can be a little puff print because that could be fun. But that's also, I'm going to find that out tonight. And then I'm really excited for the black crew neck with the Space Cats print. I think it's going to, all of them are black this time. I decided to go black for the base because it's Space Cats. Puff print would be cool. If not, that's also going to be for next year. We're leveling up next year. And I think going an entirely new style. I liked having both launches this time be in the same style. They're both from the same artist. And then maybe next year we go for a different style and different types of products and kind of up our game a little bit. Get some puff print in there and get some rug material, whatever the hell that stuff's called. And then the year after that, probably a whole new style. Maybe we try like a whole different kind of a line of products. Maybe we'd go freaking socks. I don't know. I don't know that far ahead. I only really know for the next couple of weeks what we're even doing. And I don't even know what that is because I don't know if puff print is possible for the printed crew neck, but you know. I also really want to do a fuzzy hat. I don't know if next year fuzzy bucket hats are still going to be in, but that kind of sounds like fun. Also, has anyone done a fuzzy dad hat? I don't know if that's a thing. I really want it to be though. Because that sounds like fun. I like fuzzy stuff. Fuzzy hoodie, maybe? I'm thinking like really, each time I'm hoping to level up a little bit. Fuzzy dad hat, kind of a look. Kind of. Okay, I'm looking at it and I'm liking it. We'll see. I gotta have something fuzzy. Either next year, I already have a lot of ideas for next year, which is puff print, rug material. To be clear, I'm not talking about an actual rug. It just feels like a rug on your shirt. Maybe the year after that, we go for something fuzzy. Something fuzzy. Maybe a fuzzy hoodie. That'd be so cool. I am limited. I can't have a blank of anything that I want that does exist out in the world. That's the hard part, is getting a blank that isn't also already as astronomically expensive to then put a print on top of and then have to sell for like a little profit at least. But puffer jacket, that would be fun. Or like varsity jacket. I don't want to get ahead of myself because I really can only be thinking about the one that's about to happen in a few weeks. But I don't know, some kind of fun jacket. We'll see. I like bomber jackets. I also like really nice, fun jumpers. You know whose jumper I really absolutely love is Sniff's. Hers is so, so, so nice. I want to do something like that. But I think my merch company is a little bit more limited. And especially, I think now that we've done like a really good last launch, they'd be more open to exploring like some custom stuff with me. But the mushroom jumper from Sniff's merch is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I want merch like that. And I think people thought mine was cool last time too, but I'm hoping to up my game every time a little bit. And I think that's like the goal, is something cool like that, because I really love that. And I wear stuff like that. Big comfy jumpers. I call them jumpers now. I'm British. Feel free to just send any questions and literally anything. I'm trying to think of like what's been going on in the last several while. I have a new responsibility. I'm now a proud mom of this little guy. His name's Wally. He looks like an onion. He was cuter before he became a teenager. But now he's a teen and he's unhappy apparently. Here, have a burger. He's unhappy and hungry. And his name's Wally. Apparently what he evolves into for the adult phase, I got some good options coming to me. I want him to be cute. And I got some good options for like what he might evolve into, and I'm excited about that. I'm having a great time in the UK. Every time I come here, I get a little bit more like comfortable. He's unhappy, but I can't play with him right now. He's gonna have to wait. Do you have baby pics? I do actually. Him as a baby was the cutest thing. I mean, I don't have, yeah, I do. Here is Wally in his little form. He kind of looked like a poop, an ice cream scoop, a cloud. He kind of floated around the screen. Now he kind of looks like, here's a good look at him now. He looks a bit onion shaped. But when he's an adult, the three possibilities of what it'll look like when he becomes an adult, I'm pretty happy with my odds of getting something cute as heck, and then he'll stay that way. And I bought him a bow. I bought him a bow to give him a bow when he's an adult, because you can't give them accessories until they're an adult. But that little man, that little menace, has been the greatest thing to happen to me. I have had so much fun to the point where it'll be kind of like midnight and the Tamagotchi's in bed already, but I'm like well awake, and I'm awake for a few more hours at that point still. And I'm sad that he's asleep because I want to play games with him, and I want him to need me, but then he's asleep already, and these have been so much fun. It's been so much fun caring for him. Maybe it's me missing my cat and I miss taking care of something other than me because I don't do a good enough job taking care of me unless I have someone else to be responsible for at the same time. Also, my cat sitter sent me this picture. Take a guess where my cat is in it. I'll only give you one guess though. You only get one chance to guess where she is in the photo. She's the lump. You got it. That's it. She's the lump in the picture. You win. I miss her so much. But I watch her on the Ring Cam, and she seems like she's doing better every time I go away. She's like more adjusted to this routine of my cat sitter is in my apartment for like a month at a time, and then I'm in the apartment for a month and a half or two at a time. And she's a little bit more comfortable with the cat sitter. She's more interested in getting played with at this point, so she doesn't really... And she's much more friendly to strangers coming into my house lately, too. So she's having the best time of all the times that I've had to leave her. So now I'm having the best time in England of all the times that I've been here. And each time I come here, I feel like I'll get a little bit more into a routine. I have to adjust every time I get here, though, from the traveling every time. So I do take like a few days break every time I come out here. But I'm getting into a little routine, a little bit of a stable situation. I got my keyboard here. I'm slowly bringing in my own equipment. I got my mouse. I'm going to get my camera and microphone. Those are going to be really exciting for me. Getting a fully new built computer out here. Or just, I don't know if I should do a pre-built from like a trusted place and just have it be shipped here directly. Probably that's going to be the deal. I'm not really interested in building one myself. I never built mine. I had somebody else build it for me. I just bought all the individual pieces. Are you moving to England or something? No. Nope, there's no reason to think I'd be moving here. Maybe one day. I just go back and forth. It works for me. I wonder what Star-Lord would think of it in England, though. I wonder what that would be for her, or how that would... It's a stressful thing to think about if I ever did live here. That's like in years. I'd imagine maybe I'd move out here. And then she'd obviously come with me, but I'm afraid of the whole situation of having to put her under the plane, which is 100% where she would have to go because England requires pets be transported under the plane in cargo, as cargo, and I don't like that. But if I did it once, I think it could be okay, but I'm a little scared about it. But then if she was here, skipping out over that part, because that part's the scary part to think about, if she was here right now, I wonder what she would think of, like, English houses. I also worry that you guys don't have screens in your windows. I don't know why. You just hate to have bugs kept out of your house for some reason. You don't put screens in the windows. I'm sure I could buy screens to put in the windows. Otherwise, I'm not opening windows. Cat can't go outside. Cat can't. She can't go out there. So if I have the window open, I can't have the window open. So I'd have to buy screens. Screens? Do other people not have screens in their window? I know every American house, you have screens in your window. So you can open your window, but there's a screen so the bugs can't get in and your pets can't get out. Why do you travel back and forth if you've mentioned it before? Sorry. No, I just like them both. I like both places. I have my absolute closest friends live here and there. So I go back and forth because I love both places. But I'm not trying to uproot my entire life to England right now. So I'm just going to come here frequently because I love it here. It's a second home. But I still want to live in my apartment in LA because I really love that home too. Nothing else to it. But yeah, you don't have screens in your windows here. So I'd have to put screens in my windows, which maybe isn't that hard, but also can you even buy screens for your windows here? Because people don't know what I'm even talking about right now. Most people in Europe don't have screens. I don't know if anyone even knows what that means, to have a screen in your window. But also, why don't you? It would only improve your life. Hey, do you hate getting bugs in your house? Put a screen in your window. You'd never have to deal with it again. But I wouldn't be able to have my cat in open windows, so I would have to get a screen situation or like a certain type of open window. I've seen people have windows that kind of open down and are open at the top, but if my cat can't reach it, then she can't get out. Because she would not be an outdoor cat here. I know a lot of people have outdoor cats in England, but she would not be an outdoor cat. She isn't built for it. Some would argue that no cats are supposed to be outside. I'm not going to be too judgy of people that do have outdoor cats, especially in Europe. It's like a whole different situation. They don't really have a predator that might eat them. Like in California, there are coyotes that do actively kill people's cats. So this is why she's not an outdoor cat, and I'm not about to become. I'm not about to teach her to become one. Your windows don't open from the top? No. In fact, I don't know where you live. Most of the windows I've experienced in Europe don't open from the top either. They open like out, like doors. In America, the majority of windows that I have experienced open from the bottom and they slide up, right? And then you have a screen so that you're not literally, you can't stick your hand directly out. None of your pets can run away out the window, your dogs, your cats, and bugs can't come in. You do have a bit of a less of a bug issue here. Although at the same time, I've talked about my issue with bugs to people in England, and they're like, you just kind of let them live in your house. Like spiders and stuff. There's definitely spiders in this house somewhere. Everywhere, probably. And you just let them be there? I'm not about that. So I'm gonna have screens in my windows, and if any of you are interested in learning the glory of putting a screen in your window so you can open it, have the fresh air, and not a single bug come inside, you let me know. You let me know, I'll tell you all about it. Yeah, I'll be able to buy screens to install myself. I'll just have to buy them off of like Amazon or something, because I don't even know that in stores will have that, because they don't even know what that is here. Oh, it's so nice. Scotch, they don't have screens in their windows in this country. And it's become a big debate because people in the chat they didn't know that was a thing we do. They don't understand it. And it's kind of really funny to me because it's so much of a better thing to have than to not have. Although it is fun in certain times to open your window and lean completely full out of it. But you can also take the screens out of a window. So you're not fully committed. I have a couple windows in my apartment in LA that have screens and a couple choice windows that I removed the screens from. And I just don't leave those open with my cat around because she would jump out. I don't actually think she would. She's more afraid of the outdoors. Like, she doesn't want to go outside. I'm not even actively keeping her away. She's not interested. Do you guys just let all the bugs in? That's what I said. And like a screen door. If you guys have like a backyard, you don't have those, sorry, I'm sorry. Back garden, we have a screen door. Usually, not everybody has this, but my family growing up, always the door to the backyard, we'd have a normal door, and then you open the normal door, there's a screen door. So you can have your door wide open, but still have a screen door so you can keep your pets in, keep the bugs out, keep it locked. You can kind of like go about your business in your house with your door open, but you still have a screen door that's like, is a screen going to keep someone from busting through? No, but you can have a little door that's locked and still your pet can't get out and bugs don't get in. We love screens. We love screens. And we hate bugs. I hate that they call it a garden. Yeah, because their idea of a garden is not the same thing as our idea of a garden. It is not a front garden and a back garden. First of all, it's not a garden unless you're planting something in it. Did you plant flowers? Did you put food in there? Did you grow some vegetables and some fruits? Otherwise, it's a yard. It's just grass. It's just grass, maybe a field. Is it mesh? It's kind of like a metal wire mesh, the screens and windows and doors. Imagine like chicken wire, kind of. That's what it is. It's a metal mesh situation going on. My back garden and front garden has flowers. But like actively plant, not like just the regular kind that grow in between your grass, like dandelions, but like a garden is placed with purpose where you plant seeds, you water them actively and care for them and grow them into something that you had the goal of growing them into in the first place. That's a garden. Grass and dirt is not a garden. That's someone's yard or a field. That's just grass. Grass does not make a garden. My back garden has an apple tree. That also doesn't make a garden. Sorry, that's still just backyard. A tree doesn't make a garden either. Actually, a tree definitely never makes a garden. Can you have a garden of trees? That'd be like that's a different thing. So many rules. But that's what the word garden means. I didn't make this decision. That's what it is. If I went to America and told someone, yeah, I have a garden, let's go sit in the garden, and I take them to my backyard, which is just a field of grass, it doesn't work. They're gonna be like, where's the garden? Where are your flowers? Where's like the stuff that you actively grow with purpose and choice that you put the seeds there in the first place? That's a garden. That's what it is to garden. That's what gardening and gardeners do. Just because you have a back garden in England, does that make you a gardener? When you go out there and like pick a piece of grass out of it? No. Then it's not a garden. Stop gatekeeping gardens. All the gardeners will be offended by you calling them a garden. Do you guys have gardeners? Or do you call them something else? Also, you know what's funny? Every time I've ever brought up a maid, if I've ever had like a reason to hire a maid to clean my house or like help with a deep clean situation, or if I'm leaving an apartment and I decide to get a maid come through, everyone in England's like, you call them a maid? And they think that it sounds really like, I don't know the right word to describe it, but they think it sounds so strange to call someone a maid. You call them a cleaner, because maid sounds so like you're rich and have a maid who like lives in your house and cleans for you. Lawn keepers and gardeners. A lawn keeper would keep the lawn that is in your backyard. A gardener would plant the flowers and care for the plants and fruits and vegetables in your garden, I think. Like they're a lower status. Yeah, everyone feels weird when I use the word maid, but I feel like maid just screams Tory to me. That's what they'll say. But maybe this isn't a thing in America, but it has been for me. That's just like what they're called. That's just the occupation. There is no judgment or like lower thought or lesser implication to calling someone a maid. That's just the job. That's just what they call themselves. I have a whole app dedicated to getting a maid because sometimes I need somebody to come and help me clean. Or I used to. I have a much smaller place that I can manage cleaning now. But it is very posh sounding. But that's just the job. There is no like fanciness to it. It's just that's called a maid here. We just call them maids or janitors. A janitor is a different thing, and I have a bone to pick with Rats SMP calling whoever it was that came into the house a janitor. I don't believe personally there is ever a situation where a janitor would come into your regular ass home. Janitors don't clean homes, they clean offices and businesses and schools. I wouldn't call someone who cleans a house, even a mansion. That's not a janitor. Janitors don't do that. And they had a janitor on Rats SMP, and I was talking to Scott about it before the event was released with the janitor, and I was like, is he actually called a janitor? Why is he called a janitor? That makes no sense. And I was like, do British people just think a janitor is someone who cleans? And he also said he'll have a net, and I was like, well, that doesn't even make any sense either. That's like an exterminator. That's like a whole other thing. But do you think that a janitor is a cleaner for your house in England? Or do you not even use the word janitor? And it was just a miscommunication of what do we call this guy that's coming in to like scoop up rats in a net is also there to clean? Because that's definitely not a janitor. And I got up in arms with them about him being called a janitor. I was like, he's not a janitor. He's in a house. And also he has a net, so that just none of them make sense. I guess a janitor could also work in a house with several apartments. No. I mean, maybe. No. Also, the house in Rats SMP is not that. It's just a house. But any apartment complex with like many apartments, they don't have someone help clean. They don't do that there. They have like maintenance people. Maybe once in a while they'll get a guy to come and like vacuum the floor, and that would maybe be a janitor for like an apartment complex. That would make sense. I've never in any apartment complex I've lived in have them have a janitor clean for anyone at all. But yeah, janitors are employed by a business. But even at my apartment complex, I think they just, in apartment complexes, at least in America, they don't care about keeping any part of the apartment complex outside of your home clean. And if it is your home, that's your responsibility. So they will do none of the cleaning in between. Although I do think they get someone around my current apartment complex to kind of like sweep the stairs sometimes. But I don't believe he's a janitor. I do believe he's part of the maintenance team. And I think the guys that would vacuum the floor occasionally in my last apartment complex, I think they were also part of the maintenance team. We're getting into semantics. I'm gatekeeping janitors now too. I'm gonna gatekeep anything. Give me something to gatekeep. I'll find a way. I just like picking out the differences between the countries and like the words that you choose to use. Also, I have Am I the Asshole up because I thought that would be fun for us to get into and chat about. Also, I came here to answer just kind of like questions and like an honest to God good Q&A. Just sit, be real, be vibin', be chillin'. When do you start listening to Christmas music, and why is it the day after Thanksgiving? It is the day after Thanksgiving. That is the time. I understand that the Thanksgiving we are speaking about, Americans only. So everybody else that's past Halloween, they're in Christmas mode already. I don't blame them. If they're not American, we have Thanksgiving still to happen. I say American Thanksgiving because I don't know when Canada's Thanksgiving happens. I don't know what day that is. But any American that's already on board with celebrating Christmas, you're wrong. You're skipping an entire one of our holidays. How dare you? We got turkey to still eat. Is there a video about asexuality coming soon? Yes, I just keep not doing it. But I would like to do it. I want to do it in my home setup because it will be a YouTube video. And I just like that setup for my YouTube videos for my second channel more, I think. Eventually I'll get over it because I'll be doing vlogs and it won't matter too much. I also still need to get the camera that I would be using. I don't have that camera here. But when I'm home in America again, I will do the asexuality video because I really, really, really want to do it. And I almost did it during Ace Week before I left, but then I ran out of time because I was leaving in a few days, halfway through the week. Yeah, non-Americans, you're allowed to skip to Christmas. You have nothing else to be excited about right now, and I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to keep that from you. I'm not going to gatekeep the celebrating of Christmas early. If you're American, though, put some respect on the day that we get to eat as much turkey and stuffing as we want. I don't care about what that holiday stands for. In fact, I don't really support what the holiday is about too much. Don't really like to think about it, in fact. It's more sad than anything. But I do enjoy turkey. I really like cranberry sauce. I really like stuffing. I'm a big fan of whenever we do Friendsgiving at Joey's house. We've done it for 2 years now, 3 years, three. And Megan makes these scalloped potatoes that have like this sauce that's like mayo and a bunch of other and sour cream and I don't know what's in it actually. There might not be mayo. It's so good. And when Megan was like, "What do we want to eat for Thanksgiving this year?" I was like, "Your scalloped potatoes, please." "Will you please make me your potatoes?" And she said, "Yes." And she just texted me. You've got to be kidding me. You're not here, are you? Or is that just a coincidence? She just texted me and said, "It's almost Christmas." Girl, you of all people should know we don't skip Thanksgiving in this house because I am excited about eating your potatoes specifically. And she texted me, "It's almost Christmas," in all caps. I don't think she's here. I think that's just a coincidence. And also, it was completely unprompted because the thing I asked her before this text was not related at all. But so just out of nowhere, she said it's almost Christmas. So I don't know what the excitement, where that came from for her. I'm excited too. But she better not be forgetting about the scalloped potatoes. Also, do you want to see what I'm going to make for the Thanksgiving? I'm into the baking side of it all. I'll also show up with my own personal can of cranberry sauce. And when I say can, I mean I want the one that slurps out of the can and remains in can shape. That's the kind of cranberry sauce that I like. And I don't think anybody else does. So I will be buying that for myself and for no one else. I mean, I don't know where I saved like a picture of it. Maybe it was on Tumblr though. I get a lot of baked goods like in photo form on Tumblr and then save them. Actually, it would be in the text with Megan because I showed her. Oh, it's a TikTok. Okay, let me just. It's too short of a TikTok to be able to skip to the end and show you what it looks like, so I have to play it, which is annoying. Hold on. I'm gonna make this pie for Thanksgiving, and I'm really, really excited and also nervous because it's probably one of the most complex I've ever baked, aside from the clear gelatin strawberry cheesecake that I made 4 or 5 times and eventually did perfect. I am not a good baker, but I like to do it often and try often to be a good baker. Oh man, I reached the end of the TikTok and then I didn't pause fast enough. You should be allowed to skip to the end even when it's a short one. What's up with that? Why is it like that? Okay, hold on. Almost, and okay, they're putting, I'm not gonna do this part, but I'll let you see the full picture of this pie that I plan to make or attempt to make. Okay. How's that look? It's hard to see the colors on the screen, but it's purple and red, and I think that it's filled with blueberries. I'm gonna attempt to make that pie for Thanksgiving. I'm also showing up back in America like days before Thanksgiving, and we'll have 0 prep time. So we'll see how that goes. I'm really excited about trying it though. I'm not a good baker because every time I bake, I always mess up something, one small thing. So I'm always like, oh, the next time I'll do this. And I always mess up something else. It's almost without fail. I mess up like a small part of everything that I've ever tried to bake ever. But I like doing it anyway. We could do a baking stream. Probably not for that pie specifically, because I think I'm more likely to make it that day at Joey's house. I also just realized I don't know that this comes with a recipe. It's a blueberry and raspberry crust. There is no recipe attached, so I'll just have to try and find something online that's similar. I've found a lot of baked goods online, though, that I might... There's a lot of things that I'm considering to make. There were other baked goods that I saved photos of or have in my Tumblr likes of just like... I'll find a recipe for something similar, and then I'll be able to take that recipe and use it to make the thing that I can see in the picture that didn't come with the recipe. So, an example, I found a picture of these on Tumblr at one point. These are little puff pastry hearts filled with peaches that are like in some kind of a marinade sauce situation. Obviously, very clearly cinnamon involved, and just like they're what's the word for putting fruits and like kind of sauteing them, but not sauteing them because with fruits is a different thing. I don't know. You kind of warm them up, cook them up a little bit. A little cooked. Anyway, this didn't come with a recipe, so I had to go and find a recipe for some kind of a peach pastry tart thing. Bought all the ingredients for that, and I'm going to make it, but make it look like that. And that's what I like to do now. That's my thing that I like to try and attempt. But yeah, compote. Compote? Is that what it's called? To like... Also this, which is an apple tart, and these are all individual apple slices. Maybe I'll do that for Thanksgiving, because I don't know if this blueberry raspberry pie is actually going to be a possible thing. I'd have to find the recipe and then also supposedly make 2 batches of dough from scratch, which are blueberry and raspberry. I think I'm actually more likely to make that apple tart, because that definitely looks doable. I do want to make the... I'm so hungry. Can you tell? I'm also so hungry. I'm going to order coffee and stuff to arrive for around when I'm ending the stream. But I kind of want to read maybe a few Am I the Assholes and stuff. I do want to do more baking streams, though. I also want to involve baking as, like, something that I tease... Not tease, that's not the right word. I've been struggling to find the word that I'm trying to use, and I just find the closest next thing. I'm going to make my second channel videos, which are, like, lifestyle vlogging and clothes hauls and outfits, try-ons, and putting together outfits, and just, like, sitting in my car with a coffee, chatting away, Emma Chamberlain, best dressed style. I might incorporate, like, also I made this baked good today, and that'll take up, like, a 30 seconds of one of the vlogs or something. I don't know. That's the kind of stuff I'm planning on doing, because I do bake often. It's usually a midnight activity for me in America. I'm really excited to have, like, a situation where I have a setup here where I can do that, and I'm on the fence about buying, like, a fully loaded kitchen, or, like, I have a kitchen. I have access to a kitchen, and I want to kind of, like, fully stock it, but I don't know if it's worth it. And I do know next year, I think I'm going to be spending more time in America than here. But anyway, I want to do more baking, because it's usually every midnight rolls around, and I'm like, I think I want to bake some cookies. I think I want to make some muffins. You ever have lemon poppy seed muffins with, like, a lemon sugar glaze on top? Bro, that's probably one of the best things I've ever made, and I didn't mess it up, because how do you mess up lemon and sugar muffins with poppy seeds? Could be without the poppy seeds, but lemon muffins, that's literally what I'm gonna order in like 30 minutes, because the coffee shop, if they're still open, they're probably not gonna be open. The coffee shop I like to order from around here has lemon muffins that are really good. Should I maybe just... Let me even see if they're still open. When are you open until, in fact, is the best question to be asking. They are. I have to do some quick math in my head when it says 21 o'clock. I'm like, it's actually not going to be open by the time I finish this stream, but that's fine. I'm not going to get coffee then tonight. I'll just have soda instead, and I'll get Burger King probably, because I always end up with Burger King when I eat so late at night after stream. But yeah, do you want to read like some Am I the Assholes? Have a little bit of a chatty time doing that. And then I'm very excited to one day next week have like a long stream, just chilling. I'm really working on the vibe here, because I feel like I want it to feel like home a little bit more. I'm excited to bring the camera and microphone the next time I come here, which I think is January-ish. And then next will be a whole new computer, which I'll just order a full built PC probably also in January to come, and then get it all set up with everything. I'm really excited. And then maybe a little rainbow on the wall. No, I don't want a rainbow on this wall, actually. I want just a neon sign and a couple of LED lights, because I don't really like a lot of LEDs. I'm not an LED fan, but I do like the glow that the colors offer. So I want to put some LED lights on this desk to glow like some warm light on me. I'm going to buy a sunset lamp. I need to write a list down. I'm going to buy a sunset lamp because I have one back home that I point at the white wall in front of me with the brightest orange it has. And it just leaves a nice warm glow that I feel like this room's missing. It's pretty white in here between me and the wall. And I do promise, in real life, I'm not as pale as I come across on this camera. But on this camera, I am just the same shade as the wall. I'm actually still holding on to a tan from the summer somehow, from last summer. I want to pull maybe some controversial Am I the Assholes to try and, read up on. Can you post a pic of your American desk and label everything? Oh, I did a desk tour once on stream. I don't have a whole lot going on, and it's almost always a little bit of a mess that I wouldn't take just a straight up picture of the whole thing. But maybe one day I'll go through and clean. This is the way that I live. My house, generally back home in LA, is very clean, but at the same time, very obviously lived in. It is not clean catalog clean. I have things on my coffee table all the time. I have things on my dining room table, but they don't look like they're messy. That's just kind of where they go. And I have things on my desk that are just kind of always in the corners. If it's little paperwork or just little notes and things I was working on. I don't find that to be part of a mess. That's part of the home. That's part of what makes it feel like it's a lived-in home. But I don't like showing that part to people. And whenever people come over, I do hide those things. But then I like living in a place that feels lived in. I do also at the same time feel like everything has a place to go. So if I do really want to quickly clean up, if my mom was coming over, which doesn't happen because she lives across the country, but if she was, I have a place to put everything that would need to go away somewhere. But I don't like places that look like they're out of a catalog. I watch Architectural Digest videos sometimes, and I don't like the ones that look like no one's ever sat on that couch. No one sits in that second living room that you're showing me right now. Reception room? What does that even mean? I like having things look like I was just laying on the couch. I got some blankets kind of tossed around. I have a ton of blankets always on my couch, just laying there, ready to be used. I'm also so ready for guests to always come over my house and even stay at my house, even though that's never happened. Hopefully one day my mom does come and visit and stays at my house. Although I don't have anywhere for her to stay other than the couch. I'd probably give her my bed and I'd take the couch. Because I have so many spare towels, so many extra blankets, extra pillows, extra sets of sheets. Kitchen fully stocked and ready to go if anyone is ever anyone's ever staying at my house. I'm always ready with eggs, bacon, toast. Good to go. Make you breakfast. Don't have to order food in. Yeah, and then I don't ever have anyone over my house. But I like the idea that I'm ready for guests at any time. And also I had guests over one time and my downstairs neighbor said, hey, it's past 10 p.m. Can you be a little bit quiet? Which was very reasonable. We were being a little bit loud. But now I'm just eternally afraid to have people in my home. Even quietly during the day. But I really like the idea of having a place ready and always available for people to come over and hang out. It's hard for that to happen in LA because people are so spread out. It's really a far trip for anyone to drive and hang out with me. So if I ever do live here and have my own place here, I would be so ready to have people over all the time. I would always want people over my house. I would want a big couch, several chairs, because a lot of people I hang out with here, obviously a lot of the houses here are just smaller in general. And the spaces are much tighter. And then sometimes you're hanging out at a person's place. If you're hanging out at a person's place and they just don't have enough chairs for the amount of people that are there. So you got people sitting on the floor and it's fine. It's a vibe. It's fun. I want to have a house that has so many cozy places to sit down. You sit on the floor, let me give you at least like one of my very many spare cushions for the floor I can give you. Or many blankets and lean somewhere, like one of my many couches. I want to have like a really big cozy living room that can have so many people sit in it. It's like end goal if I ever had a house ever. I forgot if you post Empires on Twitch. Well, Twitch doesn't really work like a place to post stuff, but I do go live on Empires on Twitch often. I probably will go live on Empires maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow will be Empire stream day. I also want to do Rats soon, though. I've been doing a lot of Empires off stream. I did a whole thing today with other Hermits and Empires today for the YouTube video. So that will be going out in the next week. I didn't realize it was Friday today. Jesus. So a lot of stuff happening off stream, but I will do a stream soon. I'm so bothered by the way my bangs are being today. You ever just, any bangs people out there, you ever just stick your head in the sink, wash your bangs real quick, a little bit of shampoo, blow dry them to have your bangs be nice and refreshed, but the rest of your hair didn't need to be washed because it doesn't look gross, but your bangs needed it. So you stick your head in the sink and you, thank God. All right. Emmy said no. And I was like, uh-oh, it's one of those things where you're like, is this relatable? And then you say it out loud and find out, nope, it isn't. No one else does that but you. But yes, people do that. I do it all the time, especially when you have like a lot of bang and like big curtain bangs, or just you have a lot of hair involved in the bang situation, or blunt bangs. I feel like you sleep once and you wake up. The only way to fix the situation is to just completely rewash and blow dry them out. And so I do that a lot. And also just sometimes my bangs get greasier because that's the area that I touch my hair the most. So I wash them, but the rest of my hair didn't need to be washed because it's pretty clean. This hair lasts days without being washed. Days. Bangs, 2 days. Sometimes not even. I slept on these. I washed this yesterday. I wish I had rewashed them today so that I could fix the situation going on up there. But yeah. Dry shampoo just doesn't work to like reposition. Sometimes you just really got to do a full rewash of the bangs to really make it work. Although, you know what I learned about from TikTok recently? I will still read Am I the Assholes for a little while, don't worry. I keep going on different tangents. But I like chatting. These are the streams that I love and I wanted to have. Just ask me questions. Send me on rants. Have me talk about stuff. Ask me stuff. I learned from TikTok about a product which is known as dry conditioner. What the hell is that? I need to find where I can buy whatever that is, because apparently you put in your dry shampoo, and dry shampoo, you know, it's a little bit kind of rough to the touch. It's a little bit not so soft anymore. But it's fine because it looks clean. However, you put in dry conditioner, it makes your hair soft again, like soft to the touch again. And it's a spray, the same as it is for a dry shampoo. I watched someone on TikTok use dry conditioner, and it's just like a hairspray type deal again. It's like a dry spray, and I'm like, what? Did you not know about that? Did you? Because everyone else in here is like, what? Google. None of us knew about it. Dry conditioner spray. What is this? Batiste makes one, which is the dry shampoo that I use. Pantene makes one, but I can't use Pantene products. I'm allergic to something in there. I'll tell you a gross story if you want about why I can't use Pantene products at all, and I'm very upset about it because not only did Pantene make me have like the absolute nicest smelling and softest to the touch hair I've ever had in my entire life, it also made my scalp peel in sheets. So we don't use those anymore, and I'm sad about it because Pantene smells so good. Pantene smells the best. Pantene products always made my hair just feel the absolute best, the nicest. And then I found out about the scalp situation happening, coming off so much flakes, and then also just whole sheets. Anyway, am I the asshole for banning my mother from my house after she cooked in my kitchen? Why is she not allowed to cook in your kitchen? Is what I want to know. I hate the image of a peeling scalp. I could get worse about it too. I can get grosser in the descriptiveness of how this looked to somebody else who saw it, because I didn't know until someone else. My sister was braiding my hair, and she was like, "Do you know what's going on in here?" And I was like, "No, I was a little bit dry. It was the winter anyway, so there was sometimes you just get a little bit of dry scalp. No shame in that. Head and Shoulders works great. There's a lot of ways to get rid of like a little bit of that dandruff situations. Nothing to be ashamed of. My situation was a lot more of a situation, and I'm not going to describe it the way that she did because I think you might look at me differently. It was really gross. It was nasty, but coming off in sheets, I think, does the job enough. I, 24 female, have banned my mother from my house. She's not just banned from the kitchen. She's banned from the house in general. And have taken her emergency key. I did this after I found out one of her friends who was disgusted. What? I did this after I found out from one of her friends who was disgusted that she was sneaking into my house and using as many plates, pans, silverware, and the like in secret, cleaning them and then putting them back, with the express purpose of breaking my kosher status of the kitchen. I was like, that's not disgusting if she's just like making a full-blown meal and using a bunch of plates, but she cleans them and puts them away after because she was just like, I like your kitchen more than mine or something weird. But you can't do that. You actually just can't do that. Oh. Okay, yeah, she's banned. She's banned from the house. That's actually horrible. That's an awful thing to do. I confronted her. She admitted it, saying that my becoming Jewish and going kosher was an insult. To what? To who? Why? Explain it, because I think that you're going to hit a wall if you try to explain what's insulting about your daughter becoming Jewish, how it insults you. As soon as you start the explanation, you're going to realize how bad that is, I think. It's like when someone says an offensive joke and the trick is to say, I don't get it, can you explain it? And then as they explain it, it's like, ooh. Yeah, there's no way to explain that that's how fast you realize that's not a good joke. And she had supported me through my conversion because she thought I'd realize how stupid it was. And when I didn't, she felt stuck. I don't understand how her being Jewish affects any other person in her life at all, actually. It doesn't. It doesn't. So I don't know why someone would be so upset by this. She had secretly been sabotaging my kosher kitchen to show that there was nothing different after she cleaned. That's not the point. That's not why they do it. Tell me you don't know what it means to be kosher without telling me. I took her key and banned her from my house because she broke my trust. She and my dad have been blowing up my phone as I've been I don't know how to say this word. Basically just remaking everything kosher. Everyone in my family is calling and leaving messages, calling me the asshole, and my aunt, my mom's sister, is saying I'm being ridiculous and saying honoring your mother and father is more important than keeping kosher. There's a lot wrong with that, actually. That sentence alone, should we tackle each thing wrong about that? 1, you don't have to do a damn thing to honor your mother and father at all if you don't want to. You don't live your life for your parents. You don't owe them anything because they gave you life. If you feel the need to offer some respects in return, that's up to you. But you absolutely aren't required to honor your mother and father in any way, shape, or form. It is never more important than any life choices you are making. Because 1, the subset of problems with this sentence, her being Jewish doesn't affect honoring her parents in any way. They don't relate to each other. They don't affect each other. Both can exist. Why, 2, do they feel dishonored by her becoming Jewish? That's weird. That's really weird. That made me start questioning my decision, and after a sleepless night, I needed outside perspectives. Oof. Gaslit her into thinking that she did anything wrong by just simply becoming Jewish. Is really the only problem that the parents have put forth. Which doesn't affect anyone. She's doing it in her own home. Oh, that's so bothersome. Oh, that bothers me so much. Edit, I've called a locksmith because it's an old house, but more upsetting after a piece of advice from here. I checked... I don't know how to say these words because they're not words that I think they're in Hebrew. But apparently she had scrolls in her home and they're missing now. What? Bro, what? I really need these parents to explain what is the dishonoring part of her being, like, what's so, they called it, stupid. Why do you care? Why do you care so much about her religion? She didn't mention if her parents are strictly of a different religion or anything like that, if they're like very Christian and they're very offended. Because not only would that still not be okay, but you'd have like an idea of why the parents are behaving the way that they are, even though it's completely invalid and completely still a ridiculous thing. But that's not mentioned, and I feel like if they were super religious parents of a different religion, it'd be mentioned because that feels pretty relevant to why they might be making these decisions. But that isn't here. I mean, obviously not the asshole. I really don't even know what to say about this one because there is no reason. It doesn't make sense. The parents are just completely not making any sense for feeling offended, but they're not affected in any way. This does not. They could forget that she's Jewish entirely if they wanted to and pretend in their own minds that she isn't if they wanted to. And nothing would happen in their lives that would remind them. That's how much it doesn't affect them that I don't understand why they would be so upset. I don't really, that's the easiest, not the asshole I think I've ever read. Dude, parents are weird sometimes though, you know. Parents get weird on you sometimes. Let's do a little parent theme. Okay. Am I the asshole for calling my fiance delusional and not letting him punish my son? Here's some parents having a tricky situation. Let's see how this goes. I'm actually flabbergasted by the last one because they're just. Not only is there no logic, but there's not even any illogical reason. There's just no reason. My fiance, 40 male, and I, 36 female, have been together for 2 years. I have 3 kids from my former marriage, 7, 11, and 14. My fiance loves them and treats them as his own, but he constantly complains about certain behaviors and says that the kids lack some forms of discipline. That's entirely possible that it's true. However, let's see. I never understood what he meant. Mind you, he's a teacher and can take this whole discipline thing a bit too far. Yikes. Also, just different people think that different kids need different types of disciplines. Like, there's different ways of going about discipline for children, so parents might just have a different idea of what is necessary, and maybe that's what's happening here. But if it's like, I don't know what he wants to be happening, I'm scared actually a little bit. I noticed that he's been doing some tests lately to see how they'd act in certain situations. For example, he once left his journal lying around to see if any of my kids would snoop. He also would leave money lying around to see who'd touch it, or even lie saying, "Who wants Skittles?" to see if any of the kids would come to him downstairs. What is the last one? What is the test with the last one? What's the test with who wants Skittles? To see who wants Skittles? To see if they have shit candy taste because they don't want the Skittles? I don't understand the test with that one. Also, one of them's 7. So, like, they are not all going to be equally responding to each of these situations. The 14-year-old is not going to have the same reaction to any of these things as 7-year-old. But also, why is he offering them Skittles, but he doesn't have Skittles? What is the test there? The recent one that I wasn't aware of till later was yesterday. He told the kids that he lost $1 from his pocket and offered $10 to whoever finds it. This is just... I'm not a fan of tests in most situations. Tests in friendships, tests in relationships. I don't think that they're very good. I don't think that they're very genuine. I think they're a bit sneaky. And if you're in a situation where you feel like you need to test somebody who's in your life rather than just simply go to them and have a conversation about whatever issue you think's happening, I think that's a problem. With kids, can it be fun to, I don't know, do a little tease on them in a fun situation where, I can't even think of an example, but I don't know, maybe like a fun test to see if they're honest. Or I've seen a video of someone leaving their baby with their dessert and they said, but don't eat it until I come back, and then they leave. That's harmless, I think, those ones. These ones are weird. These are really, I'm having issues with these. I still want to know what the Skittles one is supposed to teach. Okay. He told the kids he lost $1. He'll offer $10 to whoever finds it. The kids began searching the house for an hour. My 7 and 11-year-olds couldn't find a thing. But my 14-year-old went to my fiance and told him he found the dollar and gave it to him. My fiance lost it and started yelling, "I got you now!" I'm assuming the 14-year-old had their own money, gave him $1, and then tried to get $10 in return. So he's a good businessman. My son was confused. Turns out my fiance didn't lose any money, lied about the dollar to see how the kids would react. My son obviously had failed because he pretended to have found the dollar because he wanted to make $9. But in reality, he took it from his allowance and gave it to my fiance, hoping to get that $10. My fiance said that because of my son's dishonesty and greed, he'll punish him. Oh, nope. I had a problem with the tests already, but you definitely don't do that. By taking away his allowance for the month, as well as electronics being taken away for a week. Oh my God. Oh my God. You'd think the test was bad enough to be like, oh, you're a liar, and then just like kind of let it go from there. It's still bad. A month of no allowance because the kid saw a good business opportunity in gaining $9 from you. Also, though, all 3 of those kids are dumb. Who's going to fall for him saying, I lost $1, I'll give you 10 in return if you find it? You have $10. You don't need the dollar. I'm kidding. Oh my God. No allowance for a month and no electronics for a week. For his own kid that really didn't do anything wrong. Did he lie, technically? Yeah, but like, do you blame him? I don't blame him. I got into an argument with him and called him delusional because those mind games were getting ridiculous, and besides, it's not like my son stole anything from him. He just failed a stupid test. In his mind, the kid thinks, well, he lost $1. I can just give him my $1, right? He might not have even thought of it as like a profit thing necessarily. He might have been like, well, I can't find $1 in this house. I have my allowance. I can give him the $1. He just wants $1. And hey, I'll get $10 back, so I'll make $9, which maybe I don't even care about. Maybe just want to give him $1 because, hey, I have $1. It's just $1. I'd be suspicious of him. Maybe not a 14-year-old. Maybe I wasn't a smart 14-year-old to be like, you have $10. Why are you willing to give away 10 for one? You dumbass. I'm sorry. Yeah, this wasn't even necessarily a situation of lying. I mean, kind of, but that's not even the point. Also, it's not your kid. You don't get to take away things for a month. He still talked about how this is about principles and that he's trying to teach my kids to become decent adults. I think that if that was the case, you don't need to take away the allowance for a month. I think that's just a bit too harsh. I think that's, if you wanted to play a little game and we're like, actually, I didn't lose $1 at all. So I'm going to give you your $1 back and take my 10 back. I'm not actually going to let you take a profit of $9. And this is a lesson on honesty. It's still weird. I'm not going to lie. Could you do that though? And like have no long-term issues with your children? Probably. I don't know. I don't have any. The punishments after is honestly the biggest problem with the whole thing, and them not being his kids as well. I thought this has gone too far. It definitely has. I refuse to let him punish him now. He's calling me an enabler and said that this attitude that's a great power move of the mom to tell the kids anything that my fiance here says to you as a punishment is not actually valid. You don't have to listen to him at all. Boom. Power move. He has no power over the kids anymore. That's amazing. If that, she didn't say that's what she did, but she said, I refuse to let him punish him now. He's calling me an enabler and said that this attitude won't be of much help when we get married because it undermines his authority as a parent. Nope, take his authority away completely, actually. I think that's a great idea. I think that sounds like fun. And enables unacceptable behaviors for my kids. He said, and I quote, I will not tolerate having greedy and dishonest individuals living under my roof. You've been dating him for 2 years and this hasn't come up as a problem before? That he's kind of, ew. Ew. Why are you, I wouldn't marry him. If we couldn't come to a conclusion where we agree, first of all, that he's definitely taken it too far. If he can't at least agree with that and say, yeah, sorry, I won't try and punish your kids in this kind of a way. It really wasn't right of me. If he can't do that, because he's definitely wrong in this situation, just objectively, I wouldn't marry him. I wouldn't even try and give the marriage a chance at that point, because if they can't accept that this was wrong of them, Peace. 2 years of nothing. Wasted. I wouldn't marry him. Because in my opinion, even if he can't at the bare minimum admit that he's wrong here, I mean, maybe try therapy, but if he can't at the end of it admit he's wrong here, specifically about this, I would not marry him. I'm only just so happy that they're not already married, because that's usually how these go, where they're like, my husband, and then they say the most ridiculous, outrageous thing that I couldn't ever imagine staying with a partner who would do that ever in my life, but they're already married for years. And I'm like, oof, and they have kids, and I'm like, oh, I really hate when that happens, because you're like in it deep. You still shouldn't stay together at that point, though. Don't stay together just because you're in it deep. You know that saying, don't keep, what's it? Don't like stick with a mistake because you spent a long time making it. Something like that. Those are the wrong words, but you get the gist of it, you know? Let's see, some more parents. Okay, this one's not a parent one, but it sounds really funny from the title, and I just really want to know what it is about. Am I the asshole for leaving my 4-year-old sister in a cornfield during a tornado watch? I don't know how this can be good. I don't know how this could be not a bad thing. I know piece 15, so it's a child at hands. I don't actually usually like to read the Am I the Assholes that are written by clearly a teenager, but I really want to read this one because it's funny. I, 15 male, and my sister, 4 female, have not had a very close relationship. That's fine. She's 4. She's barely a pure actual person yet. She hasn't developed being a person yet, so I don't expect you to have a close relationship with a 4-year-old. They're just still like mush in their brains, pretty much. My mom and I, wait, that's not what that sentence said. Hold on. From the top. My mom had an affair with another man, and as a result, my sister was born. My mom got full custody in court, so I can never see my dad without my mom's permission, which she would never give. I'm not going to judge mom on this decision because we don't know dad, or like how bad dad might be, or maybe how bad mom might be. I don't know. That's not what we're here to judge. Since the day my sister has been born, I've been jealous of her because my stepdad and my mom favor her over me. Ooh, maybe mom's the bad one in this situation. Eesh. Which is surprising because she acts like a spoiled brat, but my mom and stepdad will give her whatever she wants, all the meanwhile neglecting me. I'm sorry. This is a 15-year-old that just wrote all the meanwhile. It doesn't have to be suspicious, but it's kind of a little suspicious to me. Am I the only one? Like, the writing in this does not seem like that of a 15-year-old, but honestly, everything on the Am I the Asshole is potentially a lie and all made up for just whatever reason, but it's just a weird kind of way to word things for a 15-year-old to do. Maybe he's just a big fan of writing. I don't know. Maybe he's going to be an English major. Yeah. Maybe they have a good vocabulary, but okay. One day my mom and also all the punctuation has been correct. And honestly, most of the adults I read who write on Am I the Asshole can't even do that. So one day my mom and stepdad went out and forced me to babysit her instead of going out with my friends. We went to a corn festival by my house, which has a corn maze and a cornfield. He tried to leave her in a cornfield while there's a tornado. He tried to leave her in a cornfield while there's, oh my God. My sister and I went into the corn maze. As we were walking through it, a storm started to appear. By the time we got out, it was pouring. But suddenly my sister ran straight toward the cornfield. I yelled at her, "Come over here," and she responded with, "Oh." I'm calling BS on this for a very weirdly specific reason, but I'm going to read the whole thing first. I'm going to tell you why. I yelled at her, "Come over here," and she responded with, "No, I don't want to go home," and started to cry. As she began to have a tantrum, one of the festival staff ran up to me and told me to get back quick or we could get caught up in the storm, and more specifically a tornado that was coming straight for our area. I assumed that one of the rescue staff would come and save her, so without thinking, I left. First grammar mistake, they didn't capitalize the I. However, the way that they formatted their quote of the sister saying, "Come here," and she responded with, "No, I don't want to go home," is perfectly punctuated. Which, like, I would not expect a 15-year-old. Most adults don't know where you're supposed to put the punctuation before or after or in the middle of a sentence that starts with a quote, is interjected with a different sentence, following into another quote. He did it perfectly with all his commas. If anything, this kid's getting 100 in English class. Like, and she responded with, comma, quote, no, comma, I don't want to go home, exclamation point, quote, and started to cry, period. I don't know. All of it's just like so perfect, and I don't feel like an actual 15-year-old wrote this. It also doesn't sound like a 15-year-old. It's kind of a use of words. Kids are in school are being taught grammar, though. I know they're being taught grammar. This does not sound like a 15-year-old typing to me right now. It's just... it does not. It's suspicious for me. Me and my sister both ended up fine, and we were able to get back to the main building at the entrance of the festival. When we got home, I explained this to my parents, and they got extremely angry and grounded me for a month. They also told my relatives, and now they all think I'm a selfish teenager that doesn't care about my sister's life. Now I look back and wonder, what 15-year-old says, now I look back and I wonder, comma, am I in the wrong? Because I didn't help protect my sister, so ... Am I the asshole? I feel like this one's not real. But also, I'm not going to call a 15-year-old an asshole. I just wanted it to read it because I thought it was funny. He tried to leave his 4-year-old half-sister in a cornfield during a tornado. I just really wanted to read why. And I'm not going to call him an asshole, honestly. But I just really wanted to read why he left her in a field of corn while there's a tornado. Okay, I want to delete this message, but there's something really ironic about it. Somebody said, I write better than that, and I'm younger than that. Please don't tell us how old you are in the chat if you're a minor at all. And 2, they misspelled what they wrote, so. I wouldn't be so sure that you're better at writing than this kid. I'm sorry to shame you for it. But also, please don't tell me how old you are if you're a child in this chat. We don't want to know who you are if you're a child. You're not supposed to be here, most of you. So don't tell us. Keep yourself safe on the internet. The fact that there's a misspelling in it just was really funny to me. To be fair, I was really, really good at English, like grammar in high school too, because I really, really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed being good at it. It just was really funny to read a 15-year-old leaving his 4-year-old sister in a cornfield during a tornado. That's really all I wanted to get out of that. It felt suspicious the way some of it was written because, I don't know, not just the punctuation. That's the least of my issues with the way it was written. The choice of words and the way the sentences were formatted didn't sound like a 15-year-old even has the capability of thinking in that way. But what do I know about 15-year-olds now? I'm old. I'm double that age almost. That's awful to think about. Having good grammar is such a flex. I did learn when I went to college and became an English major that not everybody was given a good, like, kind of English grammar education, because the first year, or like the first classes in the first semester being an English major, I aced everything with 100 because it was easy. It was stuff I learned in grade school, and I would be done with my tests in 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'd get up and hand them in. The other people take the full hour, and I'm like, they're not judging them because they just didn't get the education that I did, but I didn't know that everyone didn't learn that in grade school until that moment, and I was like, am I going to redo everything that I already know? Because this is, you start from scratch in an English major course, and people don't know what the subject of a sentence is, and people don't. So there was no lesson there. I just, I learned that I did have a very good English education apparently, and I didn't realize. And I probably because I really liked being correct in how to format a sentence. I liked being good at school, and I was for a while, and then I got stupid. That's because I dropped out. I want to read one more good one, I think. Oh no. I don't think I want to read this one, but I do want to read the title for you so you can get an idea of what we might have delved into, but I think I'm going to pass. I think I'm going to do a hard pass. Am I the asshole for, while absolutely being okay with it, telling my son it's weird that he is dating his stepsister? Or do we do it? Or is this just going to be the plot of Clueless? Which, I mean, I do think that there's a world where this is, it's, you're not related. You didn't grow up together. There isn't anything like really wrong about it, but it is weird. You definitely are allowed to call it weird. I think also, I'm maybe not every time it's weird. Maybe there are some where it isn't weird because you are just simply the children of people that got married. And what if you're the people in this story, I will say, are in their 20s. So it's a lot less weird, I think, for full-blown adults to have their parents in their older age marry someone that has kids. And then they're like, you're just a stranger that I've never met in my life, but I'm a full-blown adult at this point. So you can't help who you fall in love with. But it's weird. I wouldn't judge, though. I wouldn't judge too hard. Saying it's weird is judging. If I knew somebody in a situation and they explained it to me and they were like, you know, you don't really choose how you feel about a person. We were in our 20s and our parents are just older and got married well into their old age. And we just kind of got to meet each other that way, but we didn't feel like we were related or part of a family together at all in any way, shape, or form because our family we weren't really a family at all. So, but it just was the circumstances by which we met each other who were completely unrelated strangers. Hey, maybe it doesn't have to be weird. Maybe it doesn't have to be weird. I think in this case, because they're in their 20s, it's definitely less weird. You grow up in the same house, and you're raised as if you're siblings. I'm going to go ahead and call it weird. Sorry. Oh, I don't want to read the first line of this because it says something gross. My son, 27, is in a relationship with my fiance's daughter, 23. A lot less weird already that they're full-blown adults, probably don't live in that house. The fact that their parents are marrying doesn't mean anything to them. When they met, they had... Oh, this is even a lot better, actually. This isn't... I wouldn't even say this is weird. I think it'd be a little judgy to call this one weird after the fact. Okay, my son, 27, is in a relationship with my fiance's daughter, 23. When they met, they didn't know I was dating the mom. They didn't meet because their parents were dating each other, even in the first place. They were dating each other first. How dare you call it weird? You started dating their mom. You made it weird. Oh, this is different. Okay, my fiance and I recently set out a wedding date, and well, they figured it out because they both got invitations. You didn't tell them? Before you sent the wedding invitations that you were even dating each other? I'm having a feeling that the parents of each of these kids met because their kids started dating each other and then got married. Didn't tell their kids they were dating that entire time. Didn't get married yet, sorry. Sent them each individual wedding invitations. All right, yeah, you are the asshole. You're the asshole. You're not the asshole for getting married to the parent of the person that your son was dating. It's a weird situation. I think you made it weird. You are an asshole for telling your son it's weird that they're still dating each other, even though they were dating each other before you. Oh, but actually, I'm wrong a little bit. It doesn't change anything in my opinion. The mom and dad were dating each other first, but didn't tell the kids of each that they were dating. So then the kids started to date each other, not knowing that each of their parents was dating the other person's parent because that was a secret. And then they didn't tell anyone until they had wedding invitations. This is the really weird part. You are the asshole in this story. They think it's hilarious, and I think it's strange, but there's nothing wrong. They met in another city while he was working and she was studying. My wife, however... Your wife? Or your fiance? I'm assuming there's not also a wife. I'm gonna assume you mean your fiance that you haven't married yet. And that you don't also have a wife. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. But I think that he means the fiance. And he doesn't have a fiance and a wife. Maybe he does, though. My wife, however, is freaking out. I would love to know, okay, so the dad has the son, and the fiance has the daughter. My wife is freaking out. She thinks it's a scandal, and that I need to tell him to break up with her. Well, that's just not fair. You can't do that. Also, it's different. They are 20-year-olds. You can't tell them to break up with each other. You can't, if they were 15, I still don't think that you even really need to, I don't think you can do that. So now I'm in the middle. I called my son and I told him that his dating life was his business and that it was going to make for some interesting family dynamics if they lasted. Now he's laughing at me for assuming so much about a new relationship of his. They just started dating. Okay. This is... I'm gonna like recap what I've gathered so far at the end here, but and my wife is mad because I wasn't more forceful in my denunciation of his relationship, because you shouldn't. I'm just trying to keep the peace, but I'm coming off as an asshole. Edit, my fiance and I live in Montana. My son and his girlfriend live in Washington State. She lives with her dad there. That's why they didn't know about our dating. So, we don't know how long the father and his fiance have been dating for, but they've been dating for some time. Their kids don't know about them dating because each of these two kids don't live near the parents, and I guess just aren't involved in the dating life, but dated long enough to now be getting married to each other and sent wedding invitations to each of their children, and now their children realizing they are dating each other because they just both happen to be in Washington. It is funny. It is very funny. The mom is definitely out of line saying that they're not allowed to date anymore because they're getting married. It's not a scandal. It's very clearly a funny story. Okay. The title was a little misleading because he said, telling my son it's weird he's dating his stepsister. That isn't really even what he did. That could be a movie. It is not quite the plot of Clueless. If you've never seen Clueless, I would recommend it. It's a very good movie from like the 90s or something. 2000, what? 90s? It's got Paul Rudd in it when he was really young. Looks exactly the same though somehow. 1995. Jesus Christ. Okay. Very good movie. I don't think that of many movies that came out of the 90s, because I think that movies that look like they came out of the 90s are bad because they looked like they came out of the 90s. I have a really hard time watching old movies if they look like they're old, because it just... I lose interest if it looks like it was made too long ago. Even if the movie's great, I'm really sorry. I can't get past the fact that it looks too old for me, and my standards are too high now. Clueless, though, it's a good movie. It's a really good movie. Really, really, really good movie. Yeah, there isn't really a problem. All of them can, and like he said, his son and the girl he's dating only just started to date each other. So they, there's nothing even long-term potentially happening. The mother's freaking out for no reason. They might not even last. But I think she doesn't even care if they do last. It's about the scandal of what it is right now. I think it's funny, and I hope they do last. I hope they get married, too. I think that'd be really fun. I think that'd be a really fun time. That just sounds like a good story to tell everyone. All right. I'm done reading Am I the Assholes, but let's do a little more. Let's just do a little more chat, and I'm gonna head out because I think I'm gonna order some food. I'm gonna go hang out. Let me check on the Tamagotchi. Oh, he pooped. I really love him. His name is Wally, and I think that I love him too much because when he goes to sleep and I'm still awake, I get sad because I don't have him to hang out with anymore. And some of my friends here also have Tamagotchis, and we're having them hang out with each other, and they're becoming best friends. Mine's gonna become best friends with Wilbur's, and they're like brothers to each other because they're each boys, and I really like Wally a lot, and he makes me happy. Everyone needs to get a Tamagotchi. This is the greatest thing that has ever been. I don't think I remember playing with Tamagotchi as a kid, and I think even if I know I had one, but I don't think I knew. I think I was too young to fully understand all of the possibilities that come with this thing, and I think I never had one really last very long. I think they always died. The games you get to play on this thing are actually really, really fun. You get to check the shop throughout the day. Oh, see, my shop restocked. At different points in the same day, they'll put different items in the shop that you can buy. A while ago, I bought a bow for when they're an adult. I can give them a bow. Now there's sunglasses, and I think I'm going to buy them so that I have that to give as a gift. I bought them. There's always food in here. I'm actually going to buy the pizza slice that's in here. And it changes, like, several times a day what's in the shop. And now I kind of want to Google what all of the possible things in a Tamagotchi shop are, so I can get, like, an idea of what I want all of his full accessories to be. There's a trumpet somewhere in there that I didn't have enough money to buy at the time. I'm so invested in this. There's also like 4 games I have unlocked. I can go to present item. I have a ball. I can give these sunglasses now to somebody. I'm wrapping them even. I don't know what that's going to mean for later, but I'm hoping I get to give this now to someone else's. Oh, it's just wrapped now. I don't know how to give them. It's just wrapped. I think I have to Google how to give an item that you bought specifically wrapped. Because I just realized I don't know how to do that. But there's so many things that you can do. And yes, they can die. They definitely can die. I'm hoping to keep this guy for so long that he has kids of his own. And I have a whole family lineage because you're able to check on your friend relationships and your family relationships. I can check who his parents were, which he doesn't have any because he's like the first of his generation. But he can have kids. He doesn't have a history yet, but I hope to have him for so long that he has kids of his own and then kids of theirs. Tamagotchi V3. How to gift items. Because now it's wrapped. Let me just go on Tamagotchi forums real quick. How do I give this present? It's now wrapped. How do I give it to the other one? If you want to give gifts, you must first add a friend. Got that done. Friend and present. Click present. You'll see food or item. You want to say wrap. Click and you'll have a wrap present when you're done. Hold on. I got to time him out real quick. He's getting rowdy. When they make noise and they don't have anything that's wrong with them, like they don't need anything, you have to give him a timeout. He's very unhappy, so I actually do have to go and play a game with him in a minute. You will have a present. When you're done, go back to the book and click friends and then go to the book. Okay, hold on. Go to the book. Go to friends. Has Wilbur talked about his yet? Because has he said what name he named it? Because every time I see it, it kills me. Click friends. Go to the book. Go to the presents. What? Click friends. I did that. I clicked friends. Go to the book. Friend. Oh, I can delete him. No. I don't know how to do it now. I don't know how to give... Well, I think that if we do... I don't know. Anybody know? Anybody in here like a Tamagotchi fan and actually really know? Choose present. I know how to give a present without actually picking a specific item, so I can go to friend. You pick the version that you have. You can go to present, but it usually just gives like a random, not real gift. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I am in love with Tamagotchis now, though. That's what I have settled on. It's the most fun I've ever had with a little game. I've been having the best time. I love it. His name is Wally. He's a teenager right now. I'm excited for when he's an adult. Alex Turner. Oh no, I said that it looks like Alex Turner, but that's not the name. They only have 5 characters for the name. If he didn't tell you what it is, I won't because it's bad. Yeah, mine's Wally though. And my guy, let's look at him. He's half fully trained. He's 19 pounds, 1 year old, named Wally. He's a boy. He's the first generation. And my username is Shelby. I didn't even set that part up. That's cute. They are the best of friends. We actually had them meet each other. We've had them hang out a few times, and then we had them hang out, and it did like a little cutscene real quick because they gained a level in friendship, and it showed the 2 of our Tamagotchis sitting on a hill looking at the stars, and I was like, it's so cute. It was so cute. It could have been Citizen Snips, but that was too many characters. You can only have 5 characters to name your Tamagotchi. The screen's pretty small. The screen's too tiny. I am under a rule. Bilzo also has one. And we're under rules that if ours die, we do have to give these back. I think this one's mine, though. I think I get to keep him. I'm also going to keep him alive forever anyways. Let me read the subs that I haven't been reading for a while. Vic Malone, thank you for subscribing. Blue Caranet, thank you for the 100 bits. Nerdy Nurse, thank you for subbing. Naren X, Robin wants to go to space. Duck Duck Times, One with Sketch. Lisa O Pizza. NC Jester, thank you for the 100 bits. We bought them on Amazon because for the specific version that we wanted, we had, I think all of them you have to buy on Amazon. They're used ones because buying them new is expensive. Where am I reading it? Charismatic Gun. Matt with the camera. Peach Sweets. Becca Davis, thank you guys. Angie Baby, thank you for gifting a sub. Thank you everyone who subscribed today. I'm excited to do like a long stream and also more games. Also, I have a few non-Minecraft story games we're gonna get back into and start like playing through. I had an idea of a game that I thought about maybe playing today, but I decided not to, but I can't remember what the game was gonna be anymore. But I was like into the idea of starting up a story game. I do want to play, the next one I wanted to do was What Remains of Edith Finch. I think we can also do Slime Rancher. I think if I log into Steam, it should carry over where I left off. How about a Slime Rancher stream soon? Let's do that. I think that sounds like fun. I haven't played it in a while, and I really want to beat the game. I am getting a little frustrated because it's a lot more grindy and a lot more like nitty gritty of, I don't know, it's a lot more hard work than the first game is. If you haven't played either of them, I'd say don't play the second one. Like, don't skip to it. Play the first one and then give the second one a try. But if I'm honest, the first one so far, way better than the second one is so far. But I still have to finish it, and I do want to finish it. I will do a Shubathon again. I always do Shubathons. We do them every few months. They're a pretty regular thing. I don't know what the Shubathon will be the next time. I think it'll just be maybe like a 10-hour stream of different unlocks that I'll do stuff. That'll probably be in December, I'm thinking. I won't do another 24-hour one for a while. I think I'm going to save that for like next year. It would not be a Christmas one like on Christmas. I will be with family. But it will be in December. Will be the next subathon. I think it'll be like a 10-hour to 12-hour all-day activity of you get different unlocks of different games we can play. Kind of like the one we did before the 24-hour one. We'll play different games. I'll eat different foods. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go. Thank you guys for hanging out. Let me read the hugs before I leave of anyone. Pinata Time, India, Daisy Plays, Lesbian Lux. Thank you guys. And I'm gonna have you guys go and raid. I'm gonna have you guys raid Filza. He's playing Minecraft. I also have a lot of Minecraft still to play in the next. Whenever I do like longer streams, which I do think I'll start them earlier in the day. I think the next time I stream, I'll start earlier in the day than I did today so that we can have a longer time. I got a lot of Minecraft to play. I got a lot of Empires I want to play on. I got a lot of rats. I got to keep building my house. Get in that raid. Go spread the love to Phil. Go be the nicest people in his chat. If you don't know the rules, ask the mods. Check it out. Check what the vibe is. Don't harsh it. You know what I mean? You always have the best vibes. It was bring the best vibes here to me, and I appreciate it. I love vibing out here on stream. I got a Rats SMP video almost done being edited. I'm hoping I can finish editing it tomorrow to upload, probably for Sunday. I'm thinking I'll upload it Sunday, because Sunday I don't stream, so you won't see me on Sunday either. But you will see me tomorrow, I think, probably. At least for a little bit. At least for a while. I also want to do Phasmophobia again. And I think I want to do a solo stream of Phasmophobia and try and be a brave little bean. I think I'm going to try my best to be really brave about it, but I'm really, really scared. But we'll do it together, right? You all down for that? Because I think I really want to do that. But I'm really scared. So maybe Phasmo stream with all of us together being scared at the same time, but also trying to be big brave, being so brave about it. That'll be maybe tomorrow. See you then to see what the plan is. Oh, I think it'd be so much fun. We'll see. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.